Hey guys, Acid here with a brand new microphone. So I have finally recovered from strains and pains of my military service, and now I'm happy to announce that I'm slowly making some sort of a comeback to RuneScape and maybe YouTube as well. So recently I've basically just been living quiet life and been trying to catch up with studies that I did not have time for while I was going for 200 mil mining last year, and thus I haven't really had the time or particular desire to play much. But now I'm at least partially back, and I just really felt like training some agility at Dorgesh Khan, and that's what you'll be seeing me do in this video. So yeah, I reckon the first thing I could commentate about in particular is of course mining. It's been like a year now since I got my 200 mil, and I've never really wrapped the experience up as a thought, let alone in a video, so what can I say? All in all, the thing for me in mining wasn't primarily the competitive aspect to play the game, but simply for once to do something non-mainstream. I kind of found the goal some sort of an abnormal experiment. I wanted to do something non-casual and different and test my limits. I learned to enjoy the game in a really extraordinary way. All that mindless scoring later on had certain negative impact on my real life, such as losing all that time I could have used for studying, but I've got no regrets today, wiser from the experience. I was essentially having fun, but I wanted to get my kicks from long-term challenge instead of just logging in every day and then choosing extempore what to do, which is actually quite a common thing to do with most players in RuneScape. So anyways, the aftermath of my 200 mil, well, all that commitment to repetitive behavior really made me see the elegance that with a little cognitive effort to simplest things you can discover so many concealed meanings attached to things. I mean, in our time it's so easy to addictively get frustrated to the overflowing stimuli and lose your mind seeking for more and more unique feelings. I feel that it's sometimes good to qualitatively adapt to the little, so to speak. But even if it were just a fancied image or me not making sense, I really guess this is the grinding mentality, and I'd like to see it as one approach among many other that I can use to apply in challenges of life that demand persistence. Mining for 200 mil was a fun and a thoughtful way to experience this idea and thought, and I guess that pretty much sums up my 200 mil. But I guess that's enough of mining talk for now. Past is past, and it's time to move on to something else. Perhaps I could next talk a bit about my military service, because it might interest especially some of my non-Finnish viewers. Well, to make a long story at least somewhat short, I was a conscript with the Finnish Defense Forces, so it wasn't 100% my own choice to go there, as it's somewhat obligatory to serve your country here in Finland, but I was sort of looking forward to it, so it wasn't a problem. I served in the Army Signal Corps, where I received various of different military training, for example, knowledge to use a spectrum of different military communication systems and combat tactics involved when operating with all that gear, technical gear in forest conditions. And it was all pretty interesting at first, but especially during our boot camp / basic training, I pretty much realized that this isn't exactly the organization where a socially awkward weirdo like me should invest all the energy and effort. So I decided quite early on that I just want to get this over with and not to apply for officer school or any special training programs like that. Had I made that choice, I'd still be, as of making this video, leading the fresh recruits and running in the woods like a madman. So I basically made the choice of getting it done quickly with a crew rank, to be able to eventually start focusing on studying again and eventually get that PhD, rather than go for ranks in that sweat house. Despite this path I took, I guess army was an alright experience. I learned to be more secure when working in groups, even though I still don't talk to too many people. But anyways, I also got access to other useful knowledge as well, like survival skills and operating with different tools. The drills and discipline were also easy for me to handle because I really enjoyed how systematical the life there was, even though the discipline wasn't always as extreme as I had anticipated. I mean, sometimes instead of serving the general efficiency of activities and work, the discipline of the young officer candidates was just arbitrary and corrupted the team spirit. Luckily, these were just single incidents, and all in all, I had a good time and I managed to survive, and I'm happy that it's all done now, even though I'm still part of the military reserve and will be called for refresher courses eventually. But I guess that's pretty much my military experience in a nutshell. So if you want to ask something else, you feel free to do so, and I'll try to answer them, I guess. Lastly, I could say some things regarding the future. As I've mentioned earlier, I'm making a comeback to RuneScape, but I'd still like to emphasize that I will be doing that really slowly, and I can't guarantee that I'll be as active as I've known to be. If you've ever been studying in a college or university, I'm sure you know how much effort you've gotta make to actually make good progress there. So, well, not to mention if you're back after a somewhat long absence, like in my case. So recently I've been through a lot of stress trying to catch up with studies that I could have gone through while mining or during my military service. So it's just bad planning from me, I guess, but I'll eventually be fine. Hopefully that is. But it will keep me quite busy for now, so I can't play RuneScape that much nor be active on YouTube, but I still feel like killing some time and relaxing with this game at my own pace, and as of now I feel like doing some agility. I don't know if that's what I will eventually commit to do long term, but for sure a combo of 200 mil agility and mining sounds really appealing, no denying that. I will look into proper comeback later on in this summer though. And very lastly, I'm gonna say that this game has changed a lot and many achievements have been somewhat devalued while I've been gone, I guess you could say. And despite this, I'd like to give tribute to all those players who still seem to be going strong, loyal to their goals, methods and morals. I really respect it when people play the game to enjoy it, not for some illusionary need to get recognition from the masses. In my opinion, you guys who still skill with this mindset, using unconventional methods even if they are not necessarily macro efficient anymore, you're just awesome. Shoutouts to you grinders in the shadows, I guess. I mean, why should any efficient skiller even care if ignorant people think you are some AFKer who got all these wicked 200 mils? Isn't it enough that you know yourself that you went through all this effort and planning to get an amazing achievement, even if there was an easier alternative available? I mean, when it comes to recognition, the people who actually will understand the value of your achievements is all you need, in my opinion, and they will see your input recorded on your YouTube video or other sources if that is what you want. Why should you burn yourself under the sun of macro efficiency when you can cool yourself in the shadow of micro efficiency? Personally, I can see myself being in that shadow, playing the game only with methods I enjoy and respect. I'm not adaptive enough to enjoy the tough competitive world where you have to start using things like alts to be efficient. No thanks. But anyways, once again, my humble tribute to the shadow people. Well, I hope I'll eventually manage to build up some sort of a routine and start going for some nice goals in this game. Can't promise anything though, but still hoping the best. And speaking of future videos, I will make them whenever I get good ideas and meaningful ways to implement them. Probably I won't be releasing content that often since this channel was originally just for mining videos anyways, but if you're interested in my commentaries and even my personality, feel free to say subscribed. There's always possibility that I'll make something every now and then. Also, I might consider streaming sometime, so you can come and watch and relax with me with music and commentary. That would be fun, I guess. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching and being loyally subscribed to this channel. See you guys hopefully in the game and future videos. Bye.